Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is CaelumEXP, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. And it is time for us to proceed past the Icicle Inn area, so we need to have Elena and some Shinra dudes show up before we can grab our snowboard, and then we can head on down. And I'm gonna tell you, the snowboard minigame is actually kind of annoying. No, don't! There's a steep grade past here. It's dangerous. Please don't go. I'm still going. Damn, I was just being nice. What the? Who are those people over there? Looks like trouble. There they are! Hurry! Yes, ma'am! Cloud. I won't let you go any further. What's down there? It's a secret. It really doesn't matter. You really got guts messing my boss up like that. What do you mean, boss? Sung? That wasn't us. Sephiroth did it. No, liar. Don't think you could fool me. I'm not lying. It was Sephiroth. Don't try to act innocent. I'll never forget it. Okay. Oh, man. Looks like just talking won't do. You're gonna have to feel some pain. Just you and me. No, I can handle him. There's no way he can avoid my punch. Okay. Just hold left. Elena? She goes snowballing down. What the? They sure were weak for Shinra. Yes, they were. And now at this point, we can actually grab the snowboard from the kid in this house. My boy got hurt riding right about the time we moved here. I never should have got him that snowboard. Alright, and talk to the kiddo. Give me just a second. Okay, I got hurt on my snowboard, and now I can't go out for a while. Hey, I'll give you my snowboard. Cool. And then we could just yoink it. Key item, snowboard. And now all we have to do is go down here. And part of the snowboard minigame, there are going to be two splits in the path, and I want to take both lefts in order to do that. In order to have my notes here actually be effective. So be careful. Because I went through this just to make sure that I would do it right. Or as close to right as possible. Anyways, like I said, this minigame sucks! Whoop. No. Yeah, I'm going to be bumping into a lot of stuff. It's going to take about 5 minutes to get through here. So it's probably just going to be me complaining a lot about how much I hate this thing. Ah! Ugh. No, don't hit them with things. Oh, there we go. I knew I was going to hit it sooner. Oh, no, not 3 times speed. I don't want that. That'll make it even more difficult. I probably even missed my 2 lefts that I need. Alright. And after we get into, well, once we get back to the point where we can actually travel around the world map, the Gold Saucer will have a new snowboard minigame that we could do. And yeah, you can get a high score and there's a nice reward for it, but you know, honestly, I don't like this minigame. It is not fun. I'm not a huge fan of most of the minigames in this game. Ah. It doesn't help that I'm not good at it. I'm sure if I put in the practice... Don't hit the tree. What the hell? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. I hate this tree part. It's so annoying. Just try to go straight. Alright. Ugh. Yeah, stop it. Okay, our first split in the path should be coming up pretty soon. I think it's after this spot. Yes, take this left. Yeah. I landed right on the rock. Yeah, I am absolutely not a fan of this minigame. No! Ah, you dick! Alright. And the other left should be right at the bottom of this. Yep, take this left. Woohoo! Ooh. And this is where it actually gets kind of difficult, because there's a... It's just one really whack curving bit right here. Ugh. Come on, chill. Alright, we are at the end of it. That didn't take 5 minutes, took 3.5. That was still annoying. Alright, this is the area I wanted to end up in. Alright. Ugh. Now I guess we're still in one piece. Everyone alright? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm alright. So where did we land? In fact, it feels like we didn't even jump at all. Well, we've got a map, right? Look at the map by pressing square. Sure is cold. We'll freeze if we stay here any longer. So, a couple of things to note is once we take X amount of steps in this area, we will end up passing out, and then we'll wake up in a certain part of the story. Now, I need to make sure that I pay attention to my notes. Alright, cool. Grab this potion, and then head this way. And random battles. Most of the random battles here, shockingly, are not these guys. And these guys are beefy. They've got some health on them. And that's going to do 0 damage because I have Shiva and Elemental in Tifa's armor. Then a physical attack. Hopefully this death blow doesn't miss. It missed. See? Beefy. That was like almost 3,000 damage right there. And Cloud gets a counterattack because he covered for Tifa. Nice. And I do have cover on Cloud simply because he has the largest health pool as of right now, and Destruct leveled up. So instead of just, De-Barrier, we now have De-Spell. So De-Barrier removes, like, Barrier and Magic Barrier. It can also remove Wall, which is both of those together. De-Spell will remove things like Regen if an enemy manages to put Regen on themselves. Alright, and then here, only way is to cross. That's the way it goes. Face the direction you want to jump. Dump. Okay, so we want to go north, west, south, west, north, east, north, 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 west, south, east, east, and then north. Alright, and we're good. And it won't work. Wow, are you serious? I get into a fight 1 frame away from... That is crazy. And that's on Tifa again, so 0 damage. Ah, dang it. Like I said, these dudes are beefy. They got a lot of health. Try for another death blow. There we go. I don't have to do death blows with Tifa, but they do more damage than her physical attacks. And gravity leveled up, so now instead of Demi, we now have Demi 2. And then over here is the safety bit, which is actually really useful. It can protect against sudden death, along with Petrify and Slow and Numb. I don't actually use it, though. I don't think I've ever used it. And now we go back this way. Yep, that's the way it goes. I know. Alright, so west, south, east, east, south, west, south, east, south, and then west. Alright. And then from here, we need to go to the northeast, which is that top right marker. So this is the way to go. Now we're going to follow this until we get to an area that has a pine tree in the center of the area. That's this one. And then we're going to go to the right. And then we're going to follow these screens. Random battle. Death blow. And we'll just cast Beta, just so Vincent can start trying to get more kills. Good damage. Alright, we go up to this screen as well. And up past this screen. And this should be the last one of these screens. And then we want to go up this way. Okay. And we can steal circlets from these ladies. And circlets will increase your magic and spirit by 30 points each. They are the magic equivalent to the tough ring, which does the same thing for strength and vitality. I don't think we've gotten a tough ring yet. Ooh, dang. But, meh. I don't really think it's all that necessary. Still want to go this way. Alright. And then we're going to go up one screen. And Cloud gets a counter on that one, but it doesn't do a whole lot because he's in the back row. Physical attack, death blow, and physical attack. Oof, missed. Didn't miss. Alright. Up to this screen, and then about halfway up, not even halfway up, right here. It's very hard to see, almost kind of invisible, but that is the added cut materia. Very, very useful, specifically for Vincent and Tifa, actually. Because their ultimate weapons work kind of funnily. And also, you know, I don't really like using either of their limits. Same with Cait Sith, so I suppose it'd be kind of useful for Cait Sith, too. Anyways, from here, we want to head northwest, and that would be this upper portion heading to the west. Not where we came from. And then we're going to head down. And down again. So I'm just going to have Tifa do a regular attack. I want to see how much damage she does. Yeah, 861. That's not terrible. And Cure 3. So yeah, these guys can heal themselves by a lot. But Vincent does enough damage to kill him in one shot, and so does Cloud. So does Cloud. Goodness. I obviously don't know how to talk. Good crit. Alright, continue down this way. If you heard anything, that is just my cats play fighting. And then from here... This is the only place not frozen. This is the hot spring they were talking about in the previous episode. We're going to touch it. We need to touch it. And then from here... a hot spring. At this point, I kind of just want to run around until Cloud passes out. Yeah. So, I guess I'll just do a little bit of chatting if I can. I don't have anything to chat about. Not much of a professional yapper. A good amount of my coworkers are. They could get paid good money if they could just yap all day long. Alright, and here. Snow, as far as you can see. Better watch where I walk. Okay. I'll place a landmark and start walking. Place a landmark by pressing X. Okay, so anytime you see that misty thing, that's the wind blowing, and it will turn the camera. I kind of just want to try to find the center of this area. Oh, I see it. Hopefully I can grab this before we pass out, because I don't want to have to look for it again. This is the all materia in this area, and now all that is left is for us to get the Alexander materia. However, I just want to pass out, so I'm just going to speed this up until we pass out. So I'll see you guys in just a second, I guess. There we are. So this screen that you had seen that I had just passed out on, that's actually where we needed to go, and unfortunately I passed out right there, so I will end up having to find it again. But I do know the general way to get there. So, you awake? You collapsed at the Great Glacier. It's a miracle you're alive. My name is Holzoff. I've been living here for 20 years now. Yeah, we spoke to his wife in the previous episode. If you are planning to head north, you'd better listen to me. So we head in here. Everybody sat down. Ooh. You ever hear about those who challenged the cliff? Nope. There's an old legend that says something fell from the sky here a long time ago. Yeah, we know what that was. It's supposed to have pushed the land up and formed this cliff. 20 years ago, Yamsky and I braved this cliff to see what was on the other side. But we weren't prepared for it. We never dreamed the temperature would be so low. That cliff has a biting cold wind that lowers your body temperature. Yamsky was below me. He cut his own rope. I didn't even notice. I've lived here ever since, challenging the cliff and providing warning and shelter to my fellow climbers. If you're going to climb the cliff, you need to take 2 precautions. First, check your route. It's hard to find because of all the snow. And second, warm yourselves up once you get to a ledge. Understand? Yeah, we got it. You must be tired coming all the way up here. Better get some rest before you head out. And then our HP and MP gets refilled. Alright, and from here, I am going to make a save. Alright. Head out the door, and we have a little chat with everybody. The only 2 who don't seem... well, I suppose the only 3 that don't really seem to be bothered would be Kate, Sith, Red 13, and Vincent. You know, I've been thinking, what is it? Seeing a place like this makes you realize how awesome nature is. But if anyone ever told me to live here, I'd tell them to, well, you know. I tell you one thing though, if I did have to live here, I'd change things around and make it better. I guess Midgar is the total opposite of this place. When you think of it that way, the Shinra don't seem so bad. Ah, what the hell am I saying? Shinra, not bad? We'll secure the route. You come up later. And now we are going to head our booties down. And I want to head east. So just continue placing markers every couple steps. When the wind blows, I recommend stopping and then trying to continue again. Goes the wind again. There we are. Now we need to continue this way. And if I am correct, this will take me straight to where I had just passed out. Ah, random battle. Duh, these guys again. Beta. Just finish them off quickly. Beta, because it does fire damage, and most of the enemies here are, like I said, weak to fire. I said that in the previous episode, though, not this one. Boom. And here we are. I was correct. So I want to head over this way to the cave over here. Ah! Oh, these guys are annoying. Granted, though, it's only one this time. However, physical attacks have a very high chance to miss, so magic and or summons are the way to go against these guys. Because they got 2 shields. They can block your attacks, and I'm pretty sure that's why we miss. I've shown Rama and Odin. We have not seen Kujata. Let's use this. Tetra Disaster. So this summon actually hits for multiple different elements. So we've seen lightning, ice, earth, and fire, and then it summons the guy, and he sends out a freaking earthquake. Whoa, we just hit max damage! What the fuck? Yeah, 9,999. Quad 9s is the maximum damage that we can hit in this game, in any single hit. And this is the person we wanted to talk to. You got a lot of nerve trying to touch me with the same dirty hands that touched that filthy hot spring. I'll never forgive you. And we get boss music, but she's got the same amount of health as the other one of her that we had already fought. Regular physical attacks should be more than enough, and that just doesn't do shit to Tifa. And she will counterattack with, I do believe, Ice 2. Yep. Does good damage to Cloud. And then she's going to counterattack with Ice 2 again on Tifa, and again do no damage. And she should be dead. Yep. Why this? And receive the Alexander Materia, which is probably one of my favorite summons in all of Final Fantasy, besides maybe Anima from Final Fantasy X. So Odin, Kujata, Ramu. You know what? I'm just gonna put Alexander on. He does holy damage. He's my favorite summon in this game. Oh, I love it so much. And now we just need to head back the way we came. And I'm probably just gonna cut this traveling out back to the area where everybody was, and I will end the episode there. Maybe. I might show the way back, actually. No, I want to show off Alexander. Oh my god. Let's do this. Judgment. Boys! Chill! I do believe this guy is also going to hit for quad 9 damage. Nope, but still, oh my god. That summon is so cool. Probably not the coolest summon in this game. That title probably belongs to most of the Bahamut that we can get, and the infamous Knights of the Round Materia summon. Summon Materia, there we go. We won't be getting that for a good while either. But Alexander is my own personal favorite in this game. It's just so awesome. I love it. Ooh, oh shit! She's doing like 1800 now. All leveled up. So the level 1 all materials that they have had are now... Okay, so here we are. So I need to head west. And then head west a little bit more. And then once we see that, I want to head north. And that should take me... Okay, wind, chill. So you can't place your markers while the wind is blowing, unfortunately. Here we are. We are back. Everybody is pretty much gone now, but we're going to come back in here, talk to Mr. Holzoff again. He will let us rest. Yeah. I know. Yes, please. All right. Give me just a second. I need to look at something real quick. All right. Nope. Okay. I didn't think that was going to be any relevant information. It is not. So as of now, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. You all have a great day. Bye.